Right now, 11 minutes of nonstop local news, weather, and SWX sports headlines. This is KHQ Local News, 11 at 11.
Gonzaga pride is strong as the Zags drive for the title harder than ever before. The fans went wild in the final moments of their game against Xavier from Spokane all the way to San Jose. And as the team and Coach Few celebrate tonight, it's all systems go. With the blowout win today, Gonzaga is now headed to the Final Four for the first time in school history. Good evening. I'm Claire Graham. Thanks for being with us. I've invited Mike Sevenson over here to kick things off because the Zags are headed somewhere they've never been before, the Final Four. Yeah, and the team just arrived back to Spokane, as you might imagine, to a hero's welcome. We've got a crew standing by on campus, but we've got to start with the reason everyone's celebrating tonight. Highlights from tonight's Elite Eight matchup with Xavier. Let's get right to it. Out to San Jose we go. The West Regional Final between the Zags and the Musketeers, two teams who have never been to the Final Four. And boy, the Zags came out of the gates on fire, especially from downtown. The hero from last game, Jordan Matthews. Here comes Josh Perkins. Then a little later, the big fella Jonathan Williams even gets in on the action. Nigel Williams-Goss will round things out here. The Zags, 8 of 13 from downtown in the first half. They led by 10. Same spread early in the second. Down low to Shemek Karnowski. He loves that lefty hook, and it's good. The lead is a dozen, and this is how you know the night's going well. Williams-Goss, another three, rolls around and in. He led all scorers with 23 points out of the under-16 timeout. How about the lob for J3? He had a game, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 of 12 shooting. He was named the region's most outstanding player. How about defense to offense? Get out of the way, sweeper girl. Perkins with the easy bucket, and after nearly 2 decades of knocking on that door, the Gonzaga Bulldogs bust it down in the Elite Eight. They're heading to the Final Four. Believe it, 83-59 the final score. It was not even close as the Zags and their drive for the title continues to Phoenix and the Final Four. So, of course, as you might imagine, the team, their fans on cloud 9 right now, but it's going to be a quick celebration, then it's right back to work, probably tomorrow as they get ready for Saturday. Yeah, so let's get right to our team in San Jose where we find Sam Adams and Lindsey Joy, guys.
Well, first they were sweet, then elite, now Gonzaga, Final Four bound. Welcome back to San Jose, California, where Gonzaga has punched its ticket to its first ever NCAA tournament Final Four. And they had one player who struggled in this tournament step up big, and another one in his first ever Elite Eight shine in the bright lights. That's right. The Zags in this Elite Eight game led by Nigel Williams-Goss with 23 points. Jonathan Williams, a huge performance, 19 points. And those are 2 transfers that came to Gonzaga basically for one reason. They wanted to win in this NCAA tournament, and they just delivered Gonzaga its first ever Final Four.
We've talked about history all year long. You know, we've been a great team all year long, and we wanted to close the door and finish what we started and what we came here to do. You know, I think none of us shied away from the goal of setting that bar to get to Phoenix from the day we stepped on campus.
It's just crazy to be able to bring that trophy back to Spokane, to the community, because it means a lot. They've been waiting for 20 years, you know, and counting, so it's just a crazy feeling.
If I could do a backflip or run on these walls, you know, I'll be doing it right now, but it hasn't really hit me. But I know for us to be here with these guys, I mean, I love these guys, and for us to do it together, I mean, it speaks to the world. I mean, as soon as that buzzer rang, it's just an instant feel of excitement that you have to be grateful for. You never know when it's going to happen again, and just to be, you know, one of the last 4 teams in all of college basketball, that's amazing.
This is not only Gonzaga's first ever Final Four, it's the first Final Four for the WCC since back in 1957. That was during the Bill Russell era at USF.
And by the way, the Dons won 2 national championships back-to-back in the 2 years before that last appearance for the WCC in the Final Four. The drought is over for the West Coast Conference, and Gonzaga going on to Phoenix. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, thank you. We do have some live breaking news we want to take you to right now. These are live pictures, live video of the Gonzaga men's basketball team arriving home at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Look at that crowd. They just flew in from San Jose. They took their bus to campus. Look at that crowd of fans. What brilliant timing also right out of Sam and Lindsay's piece to go live to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Of course, you don't even have to go to a game to know what the atmosphere is like inside of there. You just got to watch them on television, and it looks like they pulled out the red carpet for their Bulldogs tonight. Of course, the Zags are the big fish in town, the big fish on campus.
and they're going to the Final Four. What great timing. Look at that.
I love it. Let's just hope no one has any important tests first thing in the morning.
Well
no
said.
early classes tomorrow. We're up pretty late tonight.
Oh my gosh, what a time to be a student or even part of the faculty at GU, or just even to be here in Spokane. This is my first, actually funny, Claire, I moved here a year ago today. So this is my first season covering the Zags, and
it's a good season.
It's going to be hard to top this one, but it's just so cool to see the town rally around them. And this team, there's Big Shim, the fifth-year senior. This is what it's all about right here, people. This is good stuff to have live on KHQ.
Absolutely love it. All right, guys. Glad you're home safe. Of course, it was only minutes after Gonzaga beat Xavier today that Phoenix started rolling out that red carpet.
A little bit of a hiccup. We'll see that in a second. Here's what they sent.
Congratulations, Gonzaga Bulldogs, on making it to the Final Four.
Hi, I'm Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton, and I'm a huge college basketball fan. And you know what? I can't wait to host you next weekend in Phoenix for the Final Four.
So close. Gonzaga, we'll give it to him. Gonzaga,
he's a
come on.
huge college basketball fan.
I don't know which team he's rooting for.
I don't know if they expected them to make it or not. Maybe it was a late edit, I guess.
We'll see. Well, no doubt people of Spokane are going to want memories of this day.
Yes, and you're going to want the edition of the Spokesman-Review. I'd imagine it's going to be a hot commodity come tomorrow morning. A simple message. Finally, they are part of that Final Four.
Absolutely true. History for Gonzaga's program. The team will now be dancing in that Final Four. And if the Spokesman isn't delivered to your door tomorrow morning, you can grab a copy at a newsstand. I'm sure this will be one that you want to keep for a long time. Frame it,
selling like
on the wall.
hotcakes.
Oh, yeah. All right. And as the KHQ local news team heads to Phoenix now, be sure to watch special coverage every night this week at 6:30 leading up to the Zags Dance in the Desert.
It's going to start Monday on KHQ and SWX.